Just, I feel like the even enough draft and BP just looks like a better team who's executing better right now.
2 for 1, still a very even draft going into this first game of the first series of the day. Let's head over to OD Pixel and Fogged and hear what they have to say about this match.
Thank you, Shiva. Yes, PSG LGD versus Virtus Pro. What a way to start the final day of the Dota2 Supermajor here in Shanghai. I'm OD Pixel, I'm here with Fog. And what a couple of picks to end both of the teams' drafts with the Terrorblade and the Arc Warden coming through. You expected a lot of the other bits of the draft, but I don't think anyone could have called these two finishes.
No, definitely not. I mean, in particular, not the Arc Warden. I saw the first 2 picks. I was Avenged Beastmaster. It was screaming the Somnus SF. I was pretty surprised they didn't ban it, but I think VP, they had to have expected this coming. This is a very similar draft that LGD likes to run when maybe he does play this SF. But yeah, the Ame Arc Warden, he hasn't played it, at least in competitive, in about 2 months. They played it against TNC in, I think it was DAC. And they did not win that game. Can be a bit greedy of a hero, but I think they're really relying on maybe as well as Chalice, who is now playing. I'm really thankful that they actually did this. I was really hoping that PSG LGD would go back to putting Chalice on either Beastmaster or Brewmaster for these series.
Well, we saw him on a Bloodseeker and a Pango yesterday. It wasn't great.
His Bloodseeker overall, like in the tournament, has been pretty good, but I feel like these heroes are the ones that he really shines on, the team fight control.
So we will see fights around the bounty runes here. The lanes will come into shape.
Look at this right away. Solo. This is what you want to do. Versus SF, you want to try to kill the courier. You want to try to get some type of advantage for your death profit coming into this because there's those souls coming out. So he killed all those clockwork cogs. 12 souls starting off. Look at that base damage. No one's going to have a struggle if he doesn't get some help. So Solo wants a snipe courier.
And he's, you know, Somnus, he's certainly been pounding out the SF games in his PUBG. He's level 9 on his Dota plus SF. So
yeah. Oh, wow. No one actually gets that uphill deny. And here comes the courier. See it behind the tower. The ward is already placed. Solo.
Oh, he's giving up.
Oh, you know, he's coming. Oh, he's going to get it on the way back, huh?
He should certainly have the chance. We'll see if LGD make any sort of movements with the courier, but it's going straight down there. Oh, they know.
He knows.
They are. They know. They're ready for it.
They were prepared. And there comes the spam. Good on them to be prepared. So, other things that we can look forward to, of course, is we haven't seen Terrorblade too often, but I'm glad God's pointed out at the end there is all these auras. Whenever he uses Reflection, he's going to get Venge aura, Shadow Fiend aura, Beastmaster aura. It can really enable Ramses. Quite a beast. But speaking of Ramses, getting paced down a bit bottom by Xnova and Chalice.
Does have the backup of Solar. There's another illusion out. In fact, the turn, telekinesis, Chalice gets another axe out of the way. Terror bringing Ramses down incredibly low.
He's got
Chalice
6 axe
and it's over there. They're closing the gap, and that'll be first blood. Chalice, as you said, you're happy to see him back on the Beastmaster, and he does it. They're getting first blood onto Ramses.
They actually got 6 axe stacks on him there. So the damage coming in was really starting to add up, and Xnova went for the Wave of Terror level 1, and it ends up paying off rather than having stun. Now they are level 2. And Roger, of course, doing these nice taunts. But
see down bottom again, the aggression. Chalice and Xnova. They find a second between the two of them. This dual lane working out very nicely against the safe lane of VP. Up top, bit of an attempt here by Roger, but he gets trapped in by the cogs. Battery Assault bringing him down pretty low. They'll get the right clicks in. Another Wraith's going to be laid down, but Roger will get himself out of range before it's cast off.
Mid. Oh,
tries with the mango, but indeed, just a little bit too short to catch no one.
No one is doing incredibly well in this lane already. Having that base damage disadvantage, 9 and 3 in comparison to the 7 and 7 on Somnus. You know, 19 denies. It says 19 denies, but lots of them were cogs, of course, at the start.
And again, it's this bottom where Chalice is just able to play very aggressively onto Terrorblade. These early levels, the TB is going to get punished by a Beastmaster.
Especially whenever Random Metamorphosis is down. This lane is quite weak coming out from VP. The Rubik as well as TB.
And it really just got one magic missile, and suddenly there's the chance for the damage to come in onto Ramses. He has to be careful.
Chalice is now out of mana, though, so they're going to have a little bit more freedom in this one. Expended all the mangoes to keep that pressure on early on. And now there is mana available, so kind of help Ramses quite a lot down bottom, to at least soak up that pressure. So the top lane, though, VP, they're doing very well to pressure the Arc Warden. Mid, no one is doing incredibly well, too. So right now, sure, LGD's got 2 kills, but the other 2 lanes, it's mid and top. successful at the moment for VP.
Especially as you say, considering the matchups, you know, in that middle lane,
Yeah.
you really don't expect to see DP have such of a good time against an SF that was boosted by the clock cogs.
Yeah, Somnus still has a level advantage because of all those denies that he's got, but no one has a little bit more. Roger.
Going to get trapped in again by FY. Good chance to put the Spark Grave down. As that will connect onto Roger. Won't quite be enough damage, but that second one would be. But Roger's got the juice. Sees the Wraith, heads to the side. Will not be caught out by it. Mid lane, Somnus able to force no one back, but no one's got the salve. Heads into the tree line, gets himself back up to full.
No one was feeling quite pressured, even scans on the right side there. It is nighttime now, though, so this is where Pasha, this top lane, can look to actually put the pressure onto Ame here.
And straight away, looking to go forward. They've got the stun, but at the same time, FY heads forward and pushes Roger and Pasha away from Ame.
Why?
They get the trap onto Roger, and FY's going to get the kill off the back of that. Catches him in the cogs with the battery assault, as VP did make that attempt onto Ame's life, whilst Roger was already only sitting at about a third of his health.
This is like the Ame special hero, the Naga Siren and the Clockwork. Trent was talking about on the panel. These are the two heroes that he's been incredibly successful on.
The Ame special.
Oh, sorry, the FY special.
I'd like to see Ame caught work, that sounds good. Bottom lane.
Solo.
Again. These two. They should be able to get away with the stick charges. Will it be enough to save him? It will not. Chalice chases him down with the boots. And finds another. This is good news for sure for that bottom lane.
Chalice also bought a bottle. They're going to be able to claim the second bounty rune bottom, so even more mana going to be able to keep the pressure on. X-Nova claim that one. Full bottle up.
And up top, Roger. Try once again with the setup. Still have a bit of a better shot at it, but he goes straight for the TP out after the two mini stuns and such have been used. Smart heads up escape from Ame. Does mean he is going to be back to base and will have to take the walk to the lane, but keeps him safe. FY finding Solo. Solo with the telekinesis, trying to drag FY out of the cogs, but those cogs at least have given time for Somnus to come in range, have the razors to finish it off. No one looking to chase down Somnus with the siphon, but FY is in perfect position to block him off with the battery assault.
Somnus waiting for the rune, gets it again. DD now top. 7 on the Shadow Fiend. No one is level 5, almost level 6 though. See those denies really starting to add up in that mid lane. Comes the rotation.
Yeah, X-Nova and FY, all they need is a magic missile to allow FY to walk in and catch him in the cogs, and it should be a surefire kill. But no one is keeping in the correct position. Opposite side of the lane, Rocket Flare will reveal the position, in fact, of PSG LGD with FY firing that one out, so no one knows to play careful. Bottom lane, again, Chalice looking to go in onto Ramses. Ramses does have to slow out in return. He's trying to just right-click against this, and Ramses is going to win that war with the backup of Solo and Pasha there if needed. As Chalice, not quite enough damage to bring down Ramses with it.
Look at X-Nova. If he's going to be...
Oh, can he get the snipe?
This? Oh,
he might be able to. Oh, he's done it! He walks in and gets the freebie. X-Nova.
Oh my God. And mid.
They'll get themselves something else as FY and Somnus chase down no one, and bam, 2 big core kills there for PSG LGD up and down the map. As, yeah, bottom lane didn't expect the X-Nova Vengeful Spirit to turn up and finish him off.
Not having any vision at the moment for VP. They don't have that ward bottom to be able to watch the pressure coming out. So, yeah, just sneaks in. PSG LGD already 7-1.
Yeah, this is looking to be back to sort of the PSG LGD we expected to sort of see towards the end of yesterday, and we really didn't in the laning stage and more really against Liquid. But this time round, they've turned up. As you say, a lot of these lanes, the Chalice Beastmaster sort of feeling like back on sort of form that you expect from this lineup in terms of their comfort heroes. Top lane, FY. Any silence, Roger. Looking for the stun. FY's got the cogs to block Roger back off. Roger will try for the stun over it. Won't quite reach the range with the stun, but it doesn't matter. Pasha is able to chase down with the right clicks and finish off FY. Again, look at this man, Somnus. He's just got lucky with the runes again.
Another
He knows where they're going to spawn every time he's in the right place. Bottom lane.
Does have Sunder.
He'll get himself back to full, and with that one, he'll turn around and claim the kill onto X-Nova by the looks of it. As X-Nova's trying to run, trying to hide, but Ramses will chase him down.
They're prioritizing giving Ramses the kill there too, because they know he's already got 2 deaths. You need this Tower Blade to have free farm. Those 2 supports don't take the kill. Pressure on the mid tower from Somnus with Arcane Rune. Spam the wave quickly.
Looking to build strength that Shadow Blade this game as well, so we can sort of make the most of this point of the game where he's going to have that strength against the TV with the Magical Burst. And bottom lane, Ramsey's getting another kill. The sort of movements from VP having the two supports down there to set up for this action is giving Ramsey this really nice jump up in gold.
I like Roger's move, just being like, yeah, let's make sure that our Terrorblade gets farmed mid.
He's got the Cypher, but that will not be enough heals to outdo the damage of Somnus's raises.
LGD playing at a very fast early pace.
A big difference net worth between Somnus and No 1 now in that mid lane.
Yeah,
over 1,500 between the two of them.
Yeah, getting close to 2,000.
Yeah.
Almost level 10 on Shadow Fiend too. Level 7 Death Prophet. Look at this. Look at how much they're prioritizing the mid lane too. There is 3 wards placed there to make sure that this Shadow Fiend has the best time possible.
I mean, so far so good for Somnus. He certainly is having a good time.
Yep.
He's getting the towers we see there before the 10-minute mark. And as I say there, this is the sort of worry for VP. If PSG LGD Somnus gets this Shadow Blade online in good time, which at this pace he will, the map becomes so scary for Ramses. A Shadow Blade in a couple of raises, and that's a Terrorblade dead at this stage of the game.
And then he can become this hunter, right? Yeah. They have an Arc Warden, so they want someone else to be putting the pressure on while this Arc Warden gets the Midas, gets like Shadow Blade, Maelstrom, some of these kind of items that we tend to see on that hero. Even though we don't see Arc Warden too often.
Dire's middle tower is under fire.
This time, no one will be the one to claim the room, as Somnus interests elsewhere as he's into the jungle with the help of X-Nova, quickly cleaning up some camps.
Got about a minute and a half until nighttime. They do have darkness in about 60 though, so we might see Pasha even use it, the darkness, as soon as it's up and them to look for a play to either hunt the Arc Warden or hunt that Shadow Fiend. Because right now it's VP on the back foot.
3k gold lead, and that's only going to continue with Armade's Midas now complete.
This early tower they get mid.
Look at this as well.
No one.
FY's got the hook shot. It's an easy setup for Somnus to walk in with the raises. The catch and the kill complete for PSG LGD.
Radiant's bottom
this Shadow Fiend is already a huge issue for the lineup of VP. There's no doubt about that. As his Shadow Blade, Somnus, just about a couple of 100 gold away, as he will have it around this 11-12 minute mark.
This bottom and mid lane, Chalice now has taken over the lane. Terrorblade's farm has been completely hindered too. Taking another tier 1 this early on.
Very, very strong start for PSG LGD. Now, Shadow Blade, 11 minutes and a half in.
Level 11 as well, about to be level 12 pretty much. Have that level 2 Requiem. He can kill anybody on the map with that.
Yeah, and the panel sort of talks about how we've seen how good Solo's warding and vision is. It's got to be top form this game, because otherwise they are going to be able to make these rotations and get on top of them. They go for the smoke.
He has gotten like no wards down on the map, and even if he has, I think 1 or 2 have been countered.
Because look at the warding of PSG LGD. They've got 4 wards all over the side of VP's half of the map.
They're playing it incredibly well right now.
He's trying to chase down FY, but FY simply lays down the cogs, and that sort of whole smoke play, it's not going to catch anyone out. As PSG LGD, they're aware. In fact, they want to fight. Somnus with the Shadow Blade and also with a double damage rune picked up, he's ready to go. BP, they're looking for the kill onto FY, but FY is sort of baiting them in. If Somnus can find a big kill on the back, it's going to be certainly worth it. There's the swap from X-Nova onto Pasha. It's bam. They'll take 1. And they get more out of this. They have got the favorable numbers here, PSG LGD. Rogers trying to come in with a lightning spam from the side. Was done. Indeed, no one. He actually comes out with the ghost there, and they just lose everything. Triple kill for Somnus. VP falling apart here down on the bottom lane as Solo. He will be able to get himself out with the stolen cogs.
But he's got no TP.
And they're chasing. Somnus is ready for another kill into the bank of his SF. Solo will hold it off temporarily, and FY says, all right, boys, stop messing around. I'm finishing it off with a rocket flare. But Somnus getting a triple kill. This is getting out of hand. This is an SF 7k net worth. He's only getting bigger. As soon as he picks up the Shadow Blade, he's got 1k gold as he can start working towards the BKB. He's level 12. They're just doing everything right. I don't know what happened in terms of team talks last night, but this is a totally different PSG LGD compared to what we saw against Liquid.
Absolutely. And no one, that's the first Exorcism usage. He was trying to hide in the tree lines. He knew he was going to get spotted out. He tries to take a fight, but now 90 seconds, no Exorcism. Uh-oh, VP.
Pasha.
Got the dust.
I'm going to chase Somnus, but immediately goes for the TP out. Oh, but Roger. They're just in time with the Leshrac.
They strike back.
That is a large chunk of gold as well for Pasha.
Oh, interesting. So Pasha did have the hood queued up, and now he's just gone for a straight medallion. I think this might be a, oh my god, we need to do Roche with the medallion exorcism play that they're looking at. Because right now, sure they get the kill on the SF, but they are getting pressured everywhere. And they're stuck on their side of the map now because they've lost all these early tier 1s.
And they've lost Solo as well. FY and Chalice. Finding Solo out a little too far in that top lane as he's trying to pick up those levels on the Rubik. That's level 7 at the moment.
Radiant's top tower is getting walloped.
Still, indeed, holding on to this lead. Roger does have the Invis rune. Got vision onto Chalice and such. Pasha's also there towards the south of the river.
He wants to try something for Ame here. We see Roger rotating in as well, but he's scouting out FY.
He's fairly low near Ame. They may have the chance to burst him. As Dollars is set up with the silence into the stun. TP's coming through straight away, but the damage output of Roger's enough. Perfect play off the back of the Invis room. PSG LGD look for the counterplay. They've got the hook shot in onto Roger. Roger will not escape, but they'll take that VP. Taking Ame off the map, anything they can do to sort of slow down his farm and make sure the space is there for Ramses to continue to hit the creeps is a good play.
Yeah, it's kind of cool how Pasha does this adaptation in the game, right? He had the code queued up, but he's like, I can't actually play this passive defensive style. I need to be the one running around making kills happen to catch my Death Prophet and my Terrorblade back up in the game. So this medallion allows them to get these kills and allows them to maybe go for that Roche when they've got level 2 Exorcism.
We saw that, just able to get himself away before I believe the cogs were available from FY. I mean, either way, I guess he had the hunt in the night.
Hunter.
Very hard to trap, really, but on his own.
Already a book 1 now for Chalice at the base. So this is the incredibly scary thing too, is you look at LGD's lineup, they can kill Roche incredibly fast. All that physical damage amplification coming out. And this humongous Shadow Fiend that they have right now. One still struggling to catch back up in this game. Not quite having the Yules. 0, 4, and 0.
Somnus.
Roger gets spotted bottom by the Clockwork Rocket.
But there's the lead in. FY straight up with a hook shot. Another kill for FY to get his involvement in.
Look at this, and they're making another play right away. Chalice as well as X-Nova, no hesitation. They're looking for a smoke gank.
And they found him. No one gets found out. An easy pick between the two of them. Chalice and Nova. Absolutely destroy no one there between the two.
So much physical damage. Medallion plus a level 4 wave of terror.
Radiant's middle tower may need a hand.
VP, they really do need something big this game to swing this one around. It really isn't not too often you see VP in a position like this.
Yeah, I mean, the Shadow Fiend almost has double the net worth. Death Prophet. And Ame just has been farming away. Still top 3 net worths. Getting caught up there by Ramses. But he's getting all the space in the world from his team making these double rotations. They gank bottom with the smoke and they gank mid.
Radiant's bottom
Chalice already
tower is under
13 as well in this game. So level 14 SF, level 13 Beastmaster. Now the
top.
Chalice.
TPs will be coming in, as Pasha will have to back off from that attempt.
VP's just, they're in full recovery mode. Especially when it's daytime. Way too hard for them to take fights. I mean, Exorcism is their main source of damage in this, but they can't really use the Exorcism too well because how squishy no one is. Sure, got Yule Scepter, but the amount of armor that he has only 7 versus all of this physical that LGD has, all of this armor mitigation that they've got. And they almost even have a Spirit Vessel on FY too, so being able to counteract a lot of that, the Spirit Siphons, if the Yule isn't there to dispel it.
Tower is under attack. I see that Radiant just fortified their structures.
On the positioning to take down that top tier 1 tower. PSG LGD were positioned behind it as well with the smoke just to get the powder catch, and FY with his movement around the map, he will find Roger, and Roger cannot escape himself from the cogs of FY.
6
Pasha.
and 2.
Not a lot he can do either on his own, and in fact down bottom, Ame. Talking about finding people on their own, he's found no one. Doing a lot of damage here with his secondary unit. In fact, Arme's still there to come back in, and no one is trying to run. He's got the yours. He's sort of looking to bait Arme in the turn. Ramses and Pasha can come through to get the kill in return, and it's going to work. No one pulling in Arme, tempting him for the kill. Pasha is there as well with Ramses to turn things around. Still though, PSG LGD looking to fight. Now they'll bring in the favorable numbers as FY goes forward, puts the cogs down, but the Siphon finishes him off. VP are able to find a second one out of this one, but still the rest of PSG LGD collapsing. Look towards no one. The Roar comes out, but it's costing them a lot here. PSG LGD actually losing 3 heroes for this attempt. They do get Ramses. Somnus pops the BKB. Xnova with the swap, actually cancelling the Requiem, but now it will come back out. Somnus gets the Requiem out, punches down Roger as Xnova will live. The PSG LGD, they do get the kills, but I mean, considering they are ahead and VP are behind, VP actually found a decent trade out there. They were able to take some of the cores down in return.
Yep. And that was during daytime too. So VP able to kind of punch back. Ame getting a little over aggressive there. Not expecting all of you to show up. But look at this. They're looking to go again. Never slowing down.
Pasha. He came out, and as you said, I don't think he expected them to come back down here as quickly as they did. Will jump himself out of the cogs, and that should be enough to save him. Solo's there as well, just in case the chase down comes through. So Pasha gets away with being out there, as you say, during the night time. Very hard for them to keep full control of the Night Stalker, and he's doing well on the money front. Pasha's got the money for the full-out Solar Crest if he wishes.
Yep. Having that quick animation for the darkness. And he goes in and he takes the bounty, but
it does get swapped back. He may pay with his life, but his team, they'll certainly say that was worth it. He got the bounty ring.
They're pinging all the bounties right now. All of VP. They know how behind they are in this game. They need to try to catch up somehow.
And we'll see this again down bottom. I mean, you see at the start, Arme's like, okay, I'm backing off. No one's playing aggressive, something's going on here. But then he sees he's so low.
Yeah.
He's like, surely I can get this. But with the Yours, the Siphon, Ramses, and Pasha coming in, Arme does not get away with that easy kill that it looked to be.
This silence coming in soon from no one was incredibly clutch, allowing Ramses to not just get roared and killed here in this situation. You see the roar is trying to come out, silence catches him, he gets the Sunder off.
Absolutely, yeah, right during the cast animation.
Yeah.
And as you say, that just that little play, prolonging that engagement to the point where VP were able to bring down core kills with them.
I love how fast-paced LGD is playing. I mean, they look at the lineup and they're like, VP, in order to take fights, which it's already pretty hard for them, they need Metamorphosis and DP ulti, and these are 2 very long cooldown spells. While on the side of LGD, they don't really need to wait for too much. It's like a roar in some situations, but even then, they've just been kind of setting up with just the clockwork as well as the Venge in some situations. So a very fast-paced draft, punishing a bit of that cooldown-reliant DP now.
And talking about fast-paced, you like this this build from Somnus. So he goes for the Shadowblade BKB and this. Well, okay, he's changed. He did have the Hex queued up. He's now changed it to go back for the Lincoln Sphere. So I guess sort of assessing the situation. Maybe if he felt that they were far enough ahead, he could get away with just rushing the Hex, but that's not going to be the case by the looks of it anymore.
Yeah, he's a bit scared of getting sundered.
Yeah,
probably in this. He's already so far ahead, level 18. So build looking good. VP.
You're at the high ground.
Got the nighttime. They see a courier. They don't want the courier. They want something bigger. They want to get a fight into a Roche with the Exorcism, with this Solar Crest finished up on Pasha.
Yes, GLGD look to be just as ready for this, though. They are around the pit as well. Chalice. Ooh. Catch vision of one another. Pasha to the high ground.
That tanky Hawk surviving even the Void from the Night Stalker.
So they'll just start to show themselves mid and push in, but Pasha needs to maybe start a bit of a fight. They'll get the silence from no one onto 2. Pasha taking a lot of damage in return, though, from Arme.
It's early Mjolnir already picked up. Yeah, sure, he's a bit squishy, but the damage he can deal if he's in the back lines. Somnus pressuring down that bottom tower, and they saw all of VP. This was a meta used as well. Ramses really wanted to try to take that fight.
Getting towers, PSG LGD. Another tier 2.
Is now a pile of dust.
From that bottom lane, Somnus level 18 nearing onto level 19. 13,000 net worth.
Getting close to that. +2 damage per soul. Chooses to go for it. Assuming he will with all this physical damage amp. Book 3 gets popped. Looks like it's a Roche.
Yeah, they know they're in the stronger position.
It's going to die so fast.
Not a chance at all for VP to head over here in time. Very quick, very easy Roche amp for PSG LGD as Somnus Now 4K gone, and he has
Now
switched
he
it, but
switched back to the Hex.
I think he's realized, like, all right, we've got Roshan, we're back sort of ahead. Because I imagine you sort of go for this Hex build when you do feel you're at sort of a significant advantage, and you want to just shut things down. Because a good Hex play in a fight, that could end the game.
Yeah, a lot of activatable items.
Yeah.
So we probably will see him take that, 40% cooldown reduction if he makes it to 25.
Dire's top tower is not on top of things.
We'll see, as he is yet to invest in it. As it may be the case, if we see them have one about 5 PSG LGD, he may very well switch back for the Lincolns. Just depends on how the Somnus's overlook of the game for himself thinks.
Early Hex in this game, I mean, versus BP as well as a Terrorblade.
Yeah.
It's going to be incredibly scary for BP. Solo, trying to get some farm, push out the waves, but will pay with his life. BP just still completely on the back foot. LGD, they're not slowing down.
And swap. On to no one. No one does have Roger by him. Magic missiles there. Chalice. It's got the roar and they surround no one with the army. There's no way to keep no one alive. It's PSG LGD with too much sort of focused damage with that Necrobook army that Chalice has.
I mean, the Beastmaster is, when he's near the Venge, is hitting for over 200, not even including all that minus armor.
And that Wave of Terror from X-Nova continuing to get buffed now. Level 15, he's got the cooldown. And of course that extra bit of minus armor. So all sort of wrapped up with the rest of the roster that PSG LGD have in this game, as you say. It's a lot of punch. It's 25 minutes in. It's still pretty early days. 24-11, 15,000 net worth lead still for PSG LGD as VP. They've got to find some way to sort of slow this down. The Hex is now in play for Somnus.
It's even a 20,000 experience lead too.
Yeah.
So they are quite ahead.
They will manage to invade the half of the jungle and find Arme. That's a big catch for VP, but of course elsewhere, PSG LGD, they are finding trades, taking tier 2 towers. And Somnus, of course, he is now level 20.
Yep, has that damage talent.
And with the Aegis still on him, they, even with one person down, they could contemplate pushing high ground.
X-Nova actually went for an Aether Lens this game, so that long distance swap, long distance stun, pretty much every one of his abilities. And stay inside that back line.
Ooh, FY. Unlucky with the hook shot this time. He has been hitting some fantastic ones this game. And that one just slightly off the mark. Looks like they may still get Roger though. As X-Nova, he's got that magic missile. With that extra cast range.
He did.
And there's Roger gone. Easy pickings for PSG LGD, and they'll look towards Pasha as well. Pasha, let's get the Crippling Fear out.
Silence saves him for now. Heals as well to pull the Beastmaster. Roger's just, they're trying to push out these lanes. You can feel it's VP in like desperation mode.
Really, it's got to be. They've got to start looking for drastic measures really to keep themselves in this game one. As PSG LGD very much looking to be on the verge at that point where they can break the base and get this advantage that's going to become almost impossible for VP to recover from.
And like the big change for me is yesterday, this is what Liquid did to them. They didn't let them actually take any towers, and now LGD did that to VP. They've only lost one tower in this game, and it's been pretty much them just dictating the pace the entire time, and VP trying to react, but...
I mean, maybe looking back on it yesterday, they're trying to go for this. It's straight away on the side. No one's he's going to use himself up. Thomas just pops his BKB though. Looks for the burst onto Pasha, and Ramsey's there. The Raw holding Ramsey in place. Ramsey's got buyback straight away, but they have luxury on the backlines. PSG LGD, they're suffering in this fight. Arme with the Tempest double and the Bright clicks there from Somnus will manage to finish off another. They're having to expend mass buybacks here, VP, but it's not too bad of a hold at all. Wow. In fact, it's a fantastic one there. Cleaning up Chalice. They have to buy back, but they can take these team fights and push sort of the team back. Obviously, the top racks are gone, but they show a sign of hope despite being as far behind as they are, VP.
That was if we don't get a couple kills here, we might just GG out. Yeah. You saw no one buys the Blink Dagger. He had the BKB straight up, he buys the Blink and just jumps right in. Ramses walks in. He's kind of the sacrifice at that point for no one to do all that damage, and no one did. He had the pretty much full duration exorcism in the fight, cleaning up 4 heroes. Getting right on top of them there. They do punch back a bit here.
Absolutely, always impressive to see a team be able to do that when they're at such a gold deficit and experience deficit, as you say.
2 buybacks. The net worth changes like 2K about in the experience. a little bit more than that.
Yeah, of course, they're going to need a hell of a lot more than that to swing the game around, but it is something.
They probably need that like 2 or 3
We'll see
more
it again,
times.
as you say, the way that no one just, he's in there. He knows that this is the time to fight.
So he gets the 2-man silence as well on the back lines and survives for a bit here. With that Yule Scepter, the attention is focused onto Ramses there. Gets the Sunder up onto Somnus, but look at no one in the back. Even though he's Spirit Vesseled, the damage coming out is ridiculous.
I mean, from him, not only from him, but Roger as well. Just the two of them being able to stand there on the front line. Sure, Roger dies, but he got out so much damage before he goes down.
Yeah. Ramses.
They've trapped him. The Hex down onto him as well. With a burst from Somnus, they'll take him. No save. And just like that, I mean, that is Ramses gone for 80 seconds. Roger as well without buybacks. That maybe PSG LGD stepping back in and saying, all right, it was cute, that little fight you had up top, but this game is ours.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely caught LGD a bit off guard there, but this, yeah, now they're all grouped together. And they're looking to close this one out.
There's a swap as well onto Pasha. He's out into the hands of PSG LGD. As they're now
no one jumps in.
He does. He tries to do what he did last time, and in fact with the Siphon and the Yules, he's doing a fair bit, but he's still without 2 other of his teammates. He will go down as well. GG is called, and PSG LGD will claim Game 1 of the lower bracket finals against VP.
16 kills on Somnus. 16, 1, and 4. They enabled the Shadow Fiend to just take over the game.
They really did. It's with the crowd, they knew it as well. As soon as that Shadow Fiend pick was out, the hometown crowd here incredibly excited to see Somnus upon it, and this is why. Just the team, as you say, is so good at playing around it, and it really does feel like